Hey guys, hey. How are you guys today? Oh my goodness. Seemed like I haven't gone live in a while, but I was live on Wednesday. Hey guys, how are you doing today? How are you guys doing today? Boy, John Wick early. Big up yourself, John Wick. I hope you guys can hear me now. Mic check 1 2, because sometimes the audio is not the best. Guys, let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me, please. And thank you. Okay, perfect. Big up yourself, Miss World. Thank you for being here early. Big up on yourself and guys. Big up to one and all. Big up to my bad brother again, John Wick. Miss World's finger red button one side. Big up yourself, Miss World. Hothead Famous, big up yourself. Wayne Roberts, big up yourself. Rick one side, big up yourself. Big up yourself, Rick one side. Yo, Wizzle, big up yourself. Guys, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much, Rick one side. So one Mills in the swamp. One Mills, Rick, big up yourself. Thank you so much for that. Guys, before I do anything else, I just want to check in with you guys. I want to check in to see how everybody doing. The week is almost out. Today is Saturday. Today is the last day in a February, and it only feel right to be live, to go live today, to kind of close, well, not kind of, but to close out February with a bang, because we know March starts tomorrow. Natalia Roberts, good afternoon. Big up yourself. Natalia, are you new here? If you are, could you do the one side family a favor and just go ahead and, you know, subscribe to the channel so notification can be on, so you can always be a part of the conversation. Berry Sim, big up yourself, Berry Sim. Thank you for being here. And guys, don't forget to like, share the live so we can get more people in here. So far, we have 16 of you guys here. Don't forget to like the live on your way in. Live application, manners and respect to you as well. Thank you for being here. Guys, I don't know what to do today. What's going on today? Sometimes we come on the live and we just come and we just have the conversation and we just gone but we waste. But how you guys are doing today? Rick said we are deal with today. Oh, Natalia, big up yourself. Natalia says she's not new. She usually listen, but don't comment. There's nothing wrong with that, Natalia. That's good. How's everyone today? Miss World, what you deal with? How's everybody doing today? I just want to check in with the people them, because today we're gonna have a reasoning, and we need the live, the chat rather, to be active and ask questions, because it's about to be a deep reasoning today. I'm gonna dig in on the subconscious mind. As you guys can tell from the topic, Masicka, life of sin, the message that was missed. Yeah, Rick one side says, feel good in a mel's the blessing, flowing on boss song is good, deep and hitting, of course. Everybody may see what the same thing Rika talked about, how deep the song is, and I could not have agreed any differently. It's a deep song. And to Sabrina's comment that I saw this morning, the song have different layers, and I've heard different layers based on different reviews, based on different comments. But I do have my layer that I want to add today, and some of those layers I'm adding, a lot of those layers was missed. And I cannot help but feeling, big up yourself, Father Gore, one Father Gore upon the app, big up yourself, Father Gore. I can't help but feeling that the fans or the critics, they're still wanting more, and they're feeling a more deeper explanation that's needed. Miss World Semels, I'm good celebrating life. Big up yourself, Miss World. You're always there out in the streets, sit with me since day one, and I appreciate you, and I just want to put that out there. One, Miss World Panda app, never two. Miss World, I probably have to change your name to Miss Universe. Life application, see, I heard Gaza fans blood pressure gone up. 180 over 180, them better careful. Them have to be careful. Because when music is good, it just good, And we're gonna talk about the music, we're gonna talk about the song today. Because me need to know, like, from a deeper angle, a deeper perspective, like how no really feel about the song, and not just saying, oh, the song is great, but what made the song really great. We're gonna talk about that today. All right, Rick saying, feel good melts the blessing flow. Oh yeah, me read that already. I think Rick says something else more to make sure. Oh, see the song, see the comment out, me never see. So Rick, I said J.A. Radio clipped me last night when I called in to reveal the hidden message of the song. He posted this on his page 30 minutes ago. Rick, one side, I want to tell you, say, I see a message in a Rick, one side. Me personally want to big you up because me see, not the clippings, but me hear your part that you brought to the conversation. And it was deep thinking, it was deep thoughts. You bring that layer that was missing, you bring it to life. I just want to big you up for that. Come hear it. It is a deep song, but what makes it a deep song? Let me see who else just joining in, guys. Big up on yourself in a chat, guys. It's an interactive moment today. I want to hear from you guys in the chat if you have any questions, because we're gonna go on some roads where some of the roads you guys may have never been before, but I have been there before, and I promise you I will walk you through it. Masicka has been on those roads before, and we have to walk, and we have to talk about it. And he's still walking those roads. Bigger Bugs, big up yourself in a Bigger Bugs. Thank you for being here. One Bigger Bugs Panda up. We're going to talk about it today, guys. Mr. Gifted Hands, what have you been up to? And I will start off by asking that question. And guys, I'm going to try my best to be as interactive. Like me, I look on the chat from so many angles because I want to make sure say, I'm not miss nothing. Guys, 11 likes and a 22 in here. Come on, we can do better than that, guys. Thank you for pointing that out, Father Gore. Hit the like button, guys, on your way in to show your support to the live, guys. Mr. Gifted Hands, what have you been up to? And for those who don't know who Mr. Gifted Hands is, that is no other than Masicka himself. A one time, Gaza. Long time, big up yourself, Glad you can there listen. Sean Spence, big up yourself, Sean. Diana, welcome, Diana. You're right on time, Diana. Because Diana said something when the song dropped on one of my posts, when I posted on my post about the song. And Diana said something. Diana, remind me, I don't want to get it wrong. But you thought, and I think Sabrina also said something too about duality. And I was like, Sabrina is onto something. But I don't want her to let the puss out of the bag just yet, because a part of the conversation today is going to be about duality from the song and from the music video. But Diana left a comment on one of my posts to show that she is literally has tapped into the song in a certain way that some people have not tapped into it. So who is Mr. Gifted Hands? As we know it, Masicka is Mr. Gifted Hands. And we know when it comes to gifted hands, we know that we're talking about his pensive skills and his writing skills. And in order for you to have a great pensive skills, there is something that you must attain first. So guys, if I need to slow down, if I need to explain something, guys, make the chat active, because me don't want to lose nobody today, but we have to pay attention to the reasoning today, because it's a deep, deep concept for today. Tariq, one side message, a deep concept. So Mr. Gifted Hands, what have you been up to? Because I know that you are more than just stocking these papers. I know that you're more than stocking the papers. And when we talk about Mr. Gifted Hands, the writer that he is, the big imagination that he has, Masicka reminds me of Dream the Endless. Dream the Endless, aka Morpheus, aka Gifted Hands, aka the storyteller, due to his big imagination. And this aligns with the third eye chakra. So who is Dream the Endless? Many might be asking. Dream the Endless is no other than the eternal God that is in charge of the dream world, or some may say the spiritual world. In the physical aspect, he's also Morpheus, which is known as the subconscious or the subconscious mind. And we can tie that back to Masicka being the gifted hands, aka the storyteller, due to that big imagination. Because you have to learn how to dream, you have to know how to dream, to have a big imagination. And this aligns with the third eye chakra. Anybody know about chakras? Anybody don't know what are chakras? These are the energy points or the spiritual points within a person's body that takes them from one dimension to the other. Me check in with the chat, because I just want to see what really go on. I be very attentive to the chat today. All right, so far so good. Not everybody dream, guys. Not everybody does. I've met persons who tell me, say them never dream before, or them hardly dream. And we know dream is two-folded. You got your bed, you dream, or your dream in the physical means, say, like your daydream. So you have ideas, you have thoughts, so you have imagination. So a person can dream in a two ways: when them got in bed, or when them literally up and running on a day-to-day basis. And not everybody can do that. Not everybody dream, and some dream sometimes. When we talk about the music, Michael Jackson and Prince are two, not saying that they are they are the only, but two of the most talked about dreamers in the industry. You can tell from their big imagination, from hits that they make, and they are amongst the biggest hit makers of their time. Stay with me, guys. Peladon once said, big up yourself, you know. Big up yourself in a Black Star Boy. Black Star Boy said, dreams are two-folded. One in the conscious and one in the subconscious. Yes. And you know, we have the conscious mind and we have the subconscious mind. Conscious dreaming, and not everybody conscious. People just walk this life here on a day-to-day basis and them don't conscious. Them not conscious of them surrounding, them not conscious of what they're doing. So when Masicka can tell us, say, yo, like, it might live a life of sin, bro, like, just kind of like, before we even get into all of that, but me are gonna like, as a Rick one side, say last night on the live, me are going a little appetizer so we can deep dive into this thing. I come, I want to understand. Big up yourself in a top man, real top man that is big up yourself. King Chosen, big up yourself, you know. Eve Creative, big up yourself, girl. We have to understand that and everybody conscious. And the music today, it interacts and it interferes with the conscious and the subconscious mind. And our artists know that. That's why I'm very strategic with the things them when sing about and when write about. When you are a big dreamer, you bend both realities. And it kind of tie back to what Black Star Boy was saying, the physical and the spiritual. And that would be, I guess, my first duality reference for the song so far. Masicka is a musical architect. And we all know what an architect does. Creating music in the physical for the spiritual. I'm going to say that again. Guys, me aware, so I'm going to drop the link. Just bear with me. I want to land first before me allow, you know, the panel for joining. I want to land a point first and then we can have the panel joining. But yes, I'm well aware, guys. Thank you for bringing that forward, John Wick. So, I want to read it again because I want to make sure I not lost anybody. Masicka is a musical architect creating music in the physical for the spiritual. Hence, we can relate also to it in a deep way. So when some people can relate, what that tells you is they lack the spiritual awareness. They're not conscious. They're not conscious none at all, guys. Some artists create music in the spiritual for the physical. And that's why demon exists. Or demonic music exists. Because the music that they create, they do certain things in the spiritual and bring the music to the physical, and then the music become just physical. It has no substance. It has no limits. It has no vibration. It has nothing to it that connects you to your higher self. In other words, that way you can be better, and that way you can be better through these things that you are hearing, through the music. But on the other hand, Masicka creates music in the physical that speaks to our spiritual well-being. Remember in the movie Matrix, guys? I know a lot of you guys are familiar with the movie Matrix. So remember in the movie Matrix, remember Dream came knocking, aka the subconscious, aka Morpheus, which is the black guy in the Matrix movie. His name is Morpheus, which is a subconscious mind. Remember him come for wake up Neo, you know. The main character in a Matrix, him name Neo. Remember say a Morpheus come wake up Neo to tell him the truth. But him never just come give him the truth like that. Him give him a choice or give him choices. Remember when him said the blue pill or the red pill, so you have a choice. You can either stay in the trap or you can get out of the trap. You can either choose to be conscious or stay unconscious. And of course, we know how that went because we know that Neo went all in and was able to break that up and was able to unlock the matrix. So some choices don't make you a sinner, guys. Some choices don't make you a sinner. It's just that you disagree. Some choices serves their own purpose and time. Don't forget that evil angels are called evil because they disagree. And who give them the title evil angel? Society does. So which means once you disagree with something, does that make you evil? But we're going to hold that thought and we're going to answer it at a later time in the live. So if we kind of like go back to Matrix just a little bit, we will understand that the suits them try everything that they can to keep everybody in slumber, to keep Neo in slumber. And if we're tying it back to the musical reference, Gaza Nation represents the suits. Don't wake up from this low vibration music. How dare you? Keep yourself inside of this box. Keep yourself in this era of music where Vibes Cartel provide for the last 20 years. Stay in it and don't move. So Masicka lives both in the past, present, and he lives in the future. And that's how we tend to call him the prophet. He sings a song years ago, guys. And we watch it unfolds today. He manifests in the universe and it comes in alignment. Who is this man and where is he from? What are his ties? Is he a reincarnated soul of somebody that we may have known? He doesn't just represent dancehall, but he represents dancehall and reggae. his music isn't typical dancehall in this era. He taps into deep orchestras and melodies. So Masicka guys dropped Life of Sin, and if we have been following, you would see that it ties perfectly with the movie Sinners. So let me say that again. Masicka just dropped Life of Sin, and if you've been watching, if you've been following, it ties perfectly to the movie Sinners. And it couldn't be any clearer. He didn't sell his soul at the crossroad, though. Let's just make that very clear. But we are going to deep dive things today that I saw that was missed from the reviews. We're going to do a deep dive, deep, clear, and strategic understanding, not just surface level, so we can understand a different layer and a different aspect of this song. All right, I'm gonna check in with the chat a little bit to see what's happening. Richard Barnett, big up yourself in a Richard Barnett. Father Crooks, big up yourself in a Father Crooks. How are you? Kima Lewis, big up yourself. Kima Lewis is a new subscriber. Kima Lewis, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for making Mel's One Side Revolutionist your home away from home. And welcome to the One Side family. Sabrina, big up yourself in a Sabrina. Blessings. Guys, make sure that we're liking and we're subscribing on our way in. All right, guys, give me a second. I'm gonna drop the link in the event that anyone wants to join the panel. Just a moment. Just a moment. Just a moment. All right, guys. So my analogy from listening to Life of Sin, and sometimes you have to listen before you see. And my analogy from listening to the song, it brought me right back to Sinners, the movie. But dark skin, big up yourself in a girl. Okay. Just checking with the chat a little bit here. All right. So we have gathered so far that Masicka is a storyteller, right? So many angles. So first we're going to look at the instrumentals. And just to be clear, I'm not going to do a whole dive deep into like the lines upon lines and title upon title, but basically pulling my points and my lines from different area of the songs that speak towards certain things that was missed. right? So many angles. So we can look at the instrumentals, right? From the piano playing in the background. And when we listen to the piano playing in the background, because we have to talk about the background, not just what's happening on the surface level, but also behind the scenes. So we can hear the piano playing in the background, and it's not a regular, like ta 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 as we would hear from the piano, but it's more like a ta na 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 na, like a deep, more aggressive type of piano that was playing in the background, right? And from hearing the piano, when I hear the piano playing in the background, it gives me a whole vibe, right? It gives me a different vibe, a different sound from the instrument, right? That's swiftly playing of the piano. It gives me a southern jazz feeling, a more jazz and blues vibe. So, in my opinion, this is where dancehall meets jazz and blues. It seems to be a new interlock between dancehall, reggae, and jazz and blues fusion. And if we can think about it for a second, yes, we know that Masicka is a dancehall artist because we have been listening to him and we know him. But for those on the outside, listening and looking in, with this song that dropped on Friday or dropped recently, it brings a new creativity, a new artistry to the music, where it's not necessarily dancehall and it's not necessarily reggae, but based on the sound and what simply he brings to the forefront. It gives that jazz and blues dancehall vibe, that mixture and that combination. And this has never been done before. What can we name this part of the sound and artistry? Okay, Black Star Boy, welcome to the panel. Can you hear
Hey,
me?
what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, so um, I'm just listening. I'm listening to you, make the connections and so forth. Yeah, this is a really deep dive into in the song that probably the average person not looking not looking into. So I'm just here and I listening. Want to hear where you're going with it and stuff because it seems like you're onto some. It seems to be onto a lot of things. So I'm just here listening in.
Okay.
Hmm.
So we talk about the piano and how the piano was playing, and from the sound of the piano, it gives you that nice jazz and blues sound to it. But there's also the drums playing in the background as well. And it's not like a normal drum that was playing. It's not drums we are beat with stick, right? It is drums we are beat with your hands, and drums that you beat with your hands, it gives that ancestral reference. And we know that when it comes to drums, drums are historic cultural instrument. Dwayne, big up yourself, or Dane rather, sorry, big up yourself. Dane said dancehall, jazz and blues. Dane, I'm telling you, once before the video dropped, I listened to I listened to the audio over and over. And by just listening to the audio over and over, you can simply hear how the mixture of the sound kind of combine and give it that nice jazzy feeling towards it.
Right. So just want to add something to what you're saying, Mills. To be honest, it hit me. It hit me too because I've been listening to this song non-stop from yesterday up until now. Basically, I listen to this song. But yesterday when I was listening to it, I'm hear the first line where the piano really chippy in and the I'm gonna say, yo, Jano, this feel like my dad New Orleans. I swear to you, that was one of the things where jump out for me. When the piano drop in, and that the first time when I hear it, and it drop in, and you hear that, I said, Jano, this feel like New Orleans. You know? I
Yeah,
mean, I say, yo,
absolutely.
this is definitely not just dancehall. It is not just reggae. This song is basically infused with jazz, and I can't recall, and I don't know if I've ever heard a fusion between reggae, between dancehall and jazz in the music space anymore. So it's one of the things that basically um, people will just listen to the song, and for the average music listener where them not very thoughtful and they're not very perceptive and they don't have any concept of what music is and the different sounds and everything, they don't appreciate those kind of things. They're going to hear the song and they say, oh, it's just a next song, right?
Yeah.
And they
Mhm.
wouldn't understand that this is not just a normal song. This is a song that is creating a fusion between dancehall, between reggae, and also jazz. And one of the things that stood out to me also is that when I look at the song credits of the composers and everything, which is one of the things that I see Def Jam, they really help Masicka in doing, is giving that his music a broader international sound. Like the instruments that they use, it touch a wider fan base. It's not just limiting him to a dancehall space. It's not just
Mhm.
limiting him to a reggae space. Them also tap into a little bit of jazz, and on other songs they tap into other genres as well. Like they would
Yeah,
go Afro beats, they would go hip hop, they would go R&B, and that's what one of the things that I noticed that has changed in his production since him really signed to Def Jam. You can hear that his music is being composed with a lot more thought and a lot more recognition for spaces that are outside of the traditional dancehall market.
ex-
So
exactly. So it goes back to the orchestra and the melodies that you can hear behind the scenes that literally give give the music and give the vibe an actual push. And I think we need to really talk about it, because sometimes I think it's just easily passed over by
yeah,
certain
it's just
people, in the sense where, like, and again, just to your point, because I saw some comments in the, and I want to like shout out those comments, but let's just land, with base what you were saying. When me hear when me hear the keyboard playing, or the piano playing rather, it definitely brings me back to New Orleans. Because anybody, all right, so I've been to New Orleans and I've seen the vibe, I've seen the culture over there, and 100% New Orleans. It gave me the New Orleans, it gave me the Mississippi vibe, it gave me the down south vibe, that ancestral vibe. Even going into the music, we can, or the video, we can talk about the um the cemetery reference as well, because in New Orleans, people just the you call it the cemetery play a significant role in people's day to day. And I know it might feel a little bit weird,
Right.
seem
Because
weird to some. Go ahead, Black Star Boy.
yeah. Sorry for cutting you. Because yeah, New Orleans is a place that strikes me as very connected to the ancestors. Right?
Yes,
That's where jazz and blues was born from the black people and the black culture. And that's what the movie Sinners was basically trying to show, like
that
the roots and the
exactly.
traditions of where that music is coming from and its impact and everything. And even that, I think in New Orleans, them have some festivals where people dress up in all kind of things that you would have seen now would have related to the dead ancestors. So you see
The
them dress up in a lot
ancestors
of,
honoring
right,
the right, exactly.
honoring the ancestors and stuff. And when you look on that from a Christian perspective, it basically would have been against the grain or something that we're not
Yeah,
supposed to endorse because them would have probably called it necromancy and all of that. But we have to understand that as black people, our culture is different and we are coming from a people who are deeply grounded in praise and acknowledgement and reaching beyond the physical into the spiritual to connect with the ancestors.
all
Right?
right. And let me ask you this question, Black Star Boy. So when, because the Christians, they don't understand this ancestral worship and the honoring of the ancestors, right? And they deem it to be different or not of the norm.
Them
What would
just
they
call it
call you? What would they
them
call you?
a sinner.
Okay.
Right.
All
That's
right.
what they're going to call it. They're going to call it a sinner.
They're gonna call you a sinner,
Right.
right? So I just want to read out a couple comments because I want to keep the chat, engaged, and I want to keep them a part of the conversation. So King Chosen, I want to go. King Chosen said that he represent for the youth them and the elders. So I just want to call that out because that is a prominent part of Masicka's career. Sabrina also said that the drums always speak on spiritual levels. Yes, Sabrina. And it was strategic. They didn't just use any drums, Sabrina, but they used the drums that you literally played with your hands. And anybody know about, like you said, on a spiritual level, and we go back to our culture, and we go back to coming and it tell us how them beat the drum, and when them beat the drum, it invoke the ancestors, and the ancestors them speak through the people, right? And then I can ask the question, in the music, who do we refer to as the ancestors? Because the ancestors can either be both passed on or still living or coming in the future. So, Black Star Boy, who can we say in the music right now that we can say is a representation of the ancestors?
Well, we can start from Bob Marley and Peter Touch them, but those that represent those that have passed, but you still have living forefathers of the music and founding fathers of dancehall in a man like Bujo, Bounty, Caesar, the Capitans, the Anthony B's, all of them man are some man who been through all our massacre probably experience now. Just connecting with them roots and deep diving and allowing themselves as vessels for the music and the spirits to actually come and give you the inspiration behind some of these songs to flow through you. So we both have living ancestors and those who have also passed.
Absolutely. Big up yourself in a fully. Thank you so much for being here. Fully say I miss you, Mel's. I miss you too, fully. Um, you know, Big up yourself. Thank you so much for being here. Real Top Man said drums are also liberating. Yes, drums are also a liberating instrument. Thank you, Real Top Dog, for bringing that forward. Yeah, so I agree with you. Black Star Boy, where that is concerned, and we can also say in some regards, too, that when it comes to, hold on, give me 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Yeah, give me a second. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I had a call was coming in. All right, so guys, deep spiritual meaning, behind it, behind the instrument, and we cannot lose sight of the lady, like literally, like singing in the that background singing. Like we cannot lose sight of that. Is that deep singing, like almost to me came off not just about melodies and singing for singing's sake, but more so, singing because it's like a warning, type of thing. And we can see how it ties back to the song in its sense, because it's also a sign of warning as well, and not just a sign of warning, but also, a sign of, of redemption as well. So if we're going to talk about the drums, and we're going to talk about the piano, the piano playing, we also have to talk about the lady in the background that was also singing.
Right, and that is very significant because we don't normally see Masicka do this. Like him probably over him career probably only do it a few times. I remember Umbrellas Up was one of them songs there that had a lot of meaning and a lot of power behind it. Him tend to do these songs and him a go for sending out a message that him want to deeply be felt. And one of the things that the female singers in particular is very representative of our culture as well, of our ancestral culture, where jazz and blues and even reggae and enough of those things. You have the Naya Bingi drums and Queen coming from Queen Naya Bingi and stuff. If you know anything about our past as black people and
Hmm.
everything, females have always been a part of the musical journey. And as you were alluding to earlier, when you reference to this song, Life of Sin, is basically um, like a massacre doing a soundtrack for the movie Sinners. It's his version of Sinners. I would suspect that that's one of the things that inspired this song, that movie Sinners. In Sinners also, it shows the importance and the role that females play in bringing forth the music and bringing forth the message of the ancestors to bind the people, to strengthen them and to unify them as a single force to fight against those who are trying to oppress us. So in that movie Sinners as well, you saw the females that they were in the club singing and doing and pulling the crowd and getting the crowd active as well. Um, all of this basically pulls back to the point of what the purpose was of that movie, to really depict what music plays a role in how our people and our race as black people would actually go out and challenge and unify. It is a symbol of our strength. The music is a connection to our ancestral lineage and our ancestral heritage. And the movie did a great job in showing that, when you are in when you're when in this jazz in that jazz feel that they were doing, the different elements, the female participation in the music, the men, the pianos, and how it came about to bring forth a particular frequency that opens dimensions. And that is what Masicka is basically referring to. So on the surface level of Masicka's song, he's singing about, oh yes, there's having sex with females and the guns and being able
Yeah.
to protect yourself and all of them
Hmm.
things there. But there is a much, much deeper
Yeah.
undertone that I know that for sure the production or whoever is involved in the production are very aware of, because it ties right back into that movie Sinners, which is a deep storyline telling about our history in music and how the music is used as a unifying force to the present generation to connect with their ancestors from the past and present, and how that unifies us and we become a strength and a force in which we can now move forward as a people and as a race.
and and just to add to what you mentioned, Black Strawberry, because I couldn't help but, think about the part that you mentioned about the females and the strategic role that they played. In ancient times it was said that men were physically fit, while the females were spiritually fit, right? In wars, it would tell you that in our in our ancient ancestral history, it would tell you that the female them literally would have go out in bed and they would have dream and see certain things and then come and warn the men them, especially going out in war. So basically the women would be like the men spiritual eyes to warn them and teach them in battle. Hence, when we had certain invasions in Africa, what really happened and what really took place was they bind and they unalive the women first, because the ops would have known, that, or the colonizers would have known, right, that what the what the women signifies. So even going back to New Orleans and Mississippi and those places in the South where, according to them, or witches were burned to the stake and things
All
like that,
right. That's why
it's
right, sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut your continue, sorry.
all right. So you get to understand that, they burn these women to the stake because of their spiritual eye, their spiritual awareness,
Power,
their
yes, they have a lot
connection, their
of spiritual
power,
power. All
right?
right.
Their power to the realm.
Right. So even if we want to go back to the slave ship, there are stories documenting that they used to have put on a type of mask on the females that had blades that shoved in their mouth, because the females could literally, out of their mouth, curse these white slave owners and these slave ship runners to death. They can literally speak words and these people
Mm-hmm.
will fall to their death. A lot of horrible things would happen to them on their journey from Africa into the Caribbean. So what they did to try and prevent that, they used to place like a form of what you call it now? Where you put pan dog. Them place that
Like a,
over there.
like a mouth guard, like a mouth guard
Right.
type of
So
thing.
they usually put that in the female's mouth with blades attached to it so the females couldn't speak in tongues and language. So also when you look at it from a biological perspective, the male chromosome is XY, right? While the female chromosome is XX. And they say that the female chromosome is more complete than the male chromosome because what the XY in men represent is not that, it is a form to say that men are without a particular aspect in their genes that females do carry. And they do indeed, from a biological standpoint, say that that little tail that is missing from the Y, which would have made it a X, is basically the spiritual aspect that all females have, and they do have that advantage over men in
Yeah,
terms of being more spiritually grounded,
yeah.
right?
And fun fact about that
And that's
also.
from a biological level.
Yeah,
This is things that scientists have researched and have proven. It's not no makeup or here come by. It's actually proven that men chromosome is XY and the female is XX, and that little X, that little cross that is missing from the Y to make it a X in the males, is actually a gene that is basically there for spiritual awareness and spiritual connection.
and just a fun fact about that too, Black Star Boy. Thank you so much for that, because I'm just gonna piggyback piggyback on what you mentioned earlier. Another fun fact is the mere scientifically proven, and this is not no degrading, it's just a fun fact, because it is, we're talking about the spirituality and how it lines up within um the industry and how it's an ancestral thing. Female brains are also larger than men, and also when we evolve out of the water, the female evolved out of water first, and we spoke first before the males. All right. I don't want to delve deep into too much of that, because I don't want to lose sight of, the whole conversation, even though we're lining up certain things that will lead into the conversation. But it's just to have you guys understand that it is a deep spiritual song and not just a surface level song. When Masicka said, "Give me the trees fast," right? And him say, "Ease off of the drum." He said, "Ease off of the rum," rather. Everyone knows that when you smoke the trees, and we know what these trees represent, it gives you a different vibe, right? The rum, right? So it gives you a different vibe. So the trees give you a deep vibration, that sense of enlightenment. So that's why the Rastaman can tell us, say, yo, them smoke the trees and them whole a reason, them whole a vibe, because it lift the vibration.
Right. So marijuana has historically been a connection between man and consciousness. So when Masika actually made that point to say, yo, me give me the cheese, but me ease up on the rum. It actually means it must show you say, yo, you see the spirit, the rum represents basically a spirit, but it's not necessarily a spirit that necessarily um is something that is uplifting. It is something that is more focused on letting yourself go, and and it brings you into a
Reckless,
place, yeah,
reckless,
reckless
reckless.
behavior and stuff like that. So when him say my ease off of the rum, it means he might try to leave those things that are damaging, right? And hold on to the weed, which basically a raise him level of consciousness. So that is the direction in which he's going. He might ease up off of the rum and the reckless behavior, and he might focus on achieving consciousness. And I just want to also bring home the point that you were making earlier, um, with regards to sin. um, when Masaka is speaking about sin, yes, they're having sex and the gun and murder, whatever the case may be, is one thing. But as Mel's was pointing out earlier, sin is also a representation of being, of going outside the norm of the Christian boundaries that we have been given to live in. So anything that society deems that it's supposed to be right, and anything that society demands that this is how we should live our lives, anything that is counteracting to that, they basically grouped it and call it sin. So when Masika basically singing about him loving this life of sin, it is not necessarily to say he's glorifying things that is bad and things that is going to cause eternal damnation. What he's saying is that he sees glory and he sees his joy in things that society has basically labeled taboo things, or things that we're not supposed to do. So he is saying that me proudly is wearing this badge of a sinner, because I'm not conform to what society tell me say I'm supposed to do. I'm not walk and sing about the things that what society tell me that I should be or sing about. So if you want to call it that, well, I guess I'm a sinner and I'm going to walk into it, because me see things different from how basically society dictates that I should see it. And this is a continuation from the song I Wish. I think in Irish he also made a reference, him him not believe in the things them where in the Bible where him read. So him out here I live a while, right? It's the same concept them not, that's playing out in this song now, where he's saying that basically I read all I wanna say no, and I see what Una say no. But you see my thing, me see it differently from Uno. And me can own that and walk in that proudly say me see things differently. And if you want for me and say um you gotta call me a sinner, then me I go wear it by all means, because my level of thinking and my level of consciousness and my level of reason is outside of the norm that you guys probably see or live to, or is prescribed unto me. Me, I gotta be the owner of my own destiny, and I gotta live within my own truths.
All right, so Black Star Boy, since you kind of like let out the like my main point out of the bug from early. So, my take on life of sin, right? Like my take on life of sin is not necessarily um to Black Star Boy's point that he just made earlier, is not on it's not on the topic of how people would see sin today, right? Masika is not a reckless artist that lives him life reckless, so therefore he's deemed to be this sinner. As though some people, when we look at them, we can say, all right, then these people are, the things that they're doing and the way how them carry them life is a sinner, right? When we look into Masika's career and the things that he sings about, right? We cannot tie him to that recklessness. So therefore, we cannot deem him to be a sinner because him say, oh, he must stack these papers and end up on the island with two girls. We cannot use that to deem him to say, all right, then yes, he must sinners. But remembering that in ancient times or prehistoric times, if you do not live your life based on how society would expect, or in other words, the religious system would deem it to live your life, you are known to be a sinner. So, which would be my question then. All right, then. So, if I don't see your way of living, or I don't go with certain norms, does that make me a sinner? So, in that case, guys, Massacre is a sinner. I am a sinner. Black Star Boy is a sinner, and you guys are sinners, but not on the aspect of that we're living our life reckless, or we just live it up, and then when we just dead one day. That's not what I get out of this song. But more so, I moved and I act according to how I see fit and what is right. And therefore, because I move outside of what the social norms are, which is different, and let's tie it back to the music. How does it tie to the music? Masika being that foundational artist, we get to see from the very beginning, from the foundation of time, where he planted himself to grow from us, from being a seed to growing to where he is right now. We have always been a certain type of way, doing a certain type of things, and to be where he is now with this specific song and just having a title, Life of Sin, it cannot be something that is reckless, right? And I see a comment here from Odia. She said, sin is about behavior, not identity. Absolutely, I agree. How do you behave? But is it that when you don't behave in a certain way according to society, that makes you a sinner? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Right. And in the song, he's also warning the youths them as well that on the surface level of committing to a life of sin, you're going to die. Right? In basically I say if you would choose to live outside of the rules of society and you would choose to be something that is not fit within the eyes of those who structure this society the way it's supposed to be, that the eternal price for you is going to be death, because that is how they design the system to be. If you try to escape and live differently than what they demand or prescribe for
How
you,
they expect you
then
to, how they expect, yeah, how they
how
expect
they
you to
expect
live.
you to live, then you're going to face the consequences of it, right? And that's why I must say, yo, no youths are gonna bite the dust, because we're out here and we are do things where basically it is outside of the norm of what society prescribe us to do. Not for the youths them out there, them a scam, them a sell weed, them a do a lot of things that probably in a way society look at it, they're saying that these things are make you a deterrent, and with that come a level of violence, and the whole system is set up to it. Is either you go to jail, is either somebody gonna try to kill you, or even just by you consuming this alcohol and these drugs and smoking the weed and all of them things, that there are implications for your health. That if you live within this life, that you're likely committing yourself to death.
Yeah. So Love the Life of Sin, from Sin as the movie is the art of storytelling. And that was something that jumped out for me, and to Black Star Boy point earlier regarding the Sinners movie reference, from the cemetery reference to the confessions reference to the black and white attire reference. This is all symbology, right? Representing again duality, right? Light
All
and
right.
darkness.
But I mean, if you cut it again, Mills, but you have a point where you struck, where you strike earlier, right? And now, when you look at it, it is basically Masicka telling you the story of what is happening in dancehall right now between him and Cartel, and the decision that he's made in how he wants to project his career and live, right? So I was
Mhm.
making a general reference when Masicka was speaking to the youths them, and I said, if you live a life of sin, it is death. But it's also representative of the struggle that Masicka is currently going through in dancehall right now, where him basically inherit and live in a system that was designed by those who were before him. And the major person who would have had control of dancehall before Massacre would have been Cartel. And as you were pointing out earlier, Mills, to say that how dare Massacre come and I try to be anything else than what Cartel say him supposed to be in order to thrive in dancehall, right? And
Yeah.
he's saying that may I live outside of this box, may I do my own thing. And just like how may I said to in the song, there's a message to say that basically if you try to step outside of what society set out for you to be, is either somebody are gonna try to kill you or you're gonna end up in a jail, because that is how society set up the construct of society, how it's supposed to be. Right? It's just the same
Mhm.
now. Massacre decides that he want to do things different from how Cartel them a do it, right? Him want to
Yeah.
give the youth them message and him want to uplift the youth them, and him no want to bow down to no one man and worship no one man to say this man is the all and everything in dancehall. Him believe in himself and him want to go out there and take on this music and do it in a way him wish him want, which not involve no man worshiping. And it's like dancehall look upon him now like, how dare you try to do this, because this is what we used to. And this is what we want. We want the little secular music to make the girl them degrade themselves and call themselves Jankra and bleach out them face and suck wood every day and glorify it and all of them things. We don't want you out there tell talk to woman and I tell them say them a queen and no angels don't cry and all of them things there. So you realize a massacre step out from the norm of that and just back into the movie of Sinners, you realize that the two brothers that went down to actually start them own bar and start them own show, they were a detachment from a system. Because
Yep. Mhm.
remember that in that movie, those two youth usually be henchmen for the Italians,
Yes.
right? They were henchmen for the white people, right? And you
Mhm.
realize that because they stepped away from they did what they did, them put in the work in a for them organization and they make them
Yep.
money and then decide say, yo, no, them want to go achieve
Level
them
up. Them
own
want to
thing
level up,
and
and
them
be them
want to
own.
level up right now, and them want to level up. It's the same thing. It's the same thing now. When them sets a boom and them go buy the place, you realize say the same white man them when them a buy the place from. I say, oh dear, oh no, things that
Yeah.
only can come down here so and level up. All right, me I gotta sell you the place, you know. But you say I'm sell you the place, me I gotta come murder you and everybody over there. And it's the same thing Massacre warn people about. You see, if
Yeah.
you choose to go against the system, you see, if you choose this life of sin, there are certain consequences that are going to come with it. And in the song, him literally tell us, me a good youth. And him granny tell him, say, yo, good youth die young. So he make sure, say, him walk with him gun. He make sure, say, him gun them always loaded. Which are basically the same thing where they play out in a sinners. The man them know say them a go against a system and them know say them a buy the place from the white man, but them white man are gonna soon come back and try to kill them for it. So the man them
Mhm.
make sure say them always arms up and them fully prepared for that. And that is what Masicka is also saying in this song. Say yo, me choose to step away from this Gaza system that is running dancehall and pollute the system. And me want to develop and create my own dynasty and legacy in the music. And but me know say the moment me break away from this Gaza system, them people here are gonna come after me. right? But when you come off of me, try understand, say, I'm fully ready, I'm fully trained, I'm fully prepared for what I'm gonna come it, because I don't see it already, I'm don't know, say, this is what is going to take place. Because the man tell you already in the next song, you know, the man say, yo, him see everything like him live already. So him know everything, him know how to play. If you notice, Masicka is always say him play chess. And him say, yo, him see everything like him live already. So him know.
Can we also agree then that, because since the cat is, or the puss is already out of the bag, can we also agree the mere fact say this life of sin also represent the music, and what the music, being in the music, it represent that, that sinful life, to kind of like bring that forward, since we're using, the cartel reference, and we're using, other
Right. So
references. Go
right,
ahead.
so you were mentioning earlier about the root chakras and all of those things, which is representative of stuff. So I want you to actually make that point, Mills, because you're more familiar with the chakras and all of those things.
Okay, so regarding the chakras, right? So Masika made a reference in the song where him say him head up in the cloud, and I have seen reviews where, persons had their own, perception towards it, regarding the mere fact say, yo, like him just dip on the top, or whatever case may be. But I have a different look, or a different views regarding when say him head up in the cloud, right? So him head up in the cloud, for me, it refers to, the dream world, like, dreaming wide awake, or him could have, a dream in the spiritual realm too, right? It a talk about him being, the visionary who he is, and being that with that big imagination. That kind of lead back to what I was saying originally, talking about the gifted hands, right? So the head up in the clouds literally, refer to the third eye chakra, which is literally means towards the heavens, not the heavens, but towards the heavens. So towards the heavens, what it a tell you, say, right then, society would have you fear do things, or live your life where you are going to the heavens, or you are towards the heaven. However, Masika also made a reference not just about the heaven and the mere fact him head up in the clouds, right? But also he was talking about the mere fact say, yo, him back from hell, them know me tough, one done, right? What does that even mean when him say back from hell? I mean, I hear a lot of person, they kind of like bring forth, oh, he was on vacation, or he was like behind the scene creating the music. But back from hell is very significant, because here we have another duality where we are talking about we head up in the clouds, where we're talking that we're towards the heaven, right? Spiritual meaning, the chakra representing the third eye, enlightenment, your eyes opening, your eye opening, right? Not just your physical eyes, but your spiritual eyes out there, to be prepared, to be vigilant, to be able to see enemies, them know how they move, and to be very strategic, and have that supernatural upper hand against them. That's why when him can say, yo, the snake reason with me so convincing, and not necessarily him have to spend a barrage or a variety of time, but based upon how, you know, the feeling, or based on how the energy, like when I'm telling you, the energy of a connect. These things are real things, right? And also kind of like the tied back to, the hell reference, which represent the music in a sense where there is a lower heel or hell chakra that represents hell, right? Which also represent music and artistry, right? So everything is connected, and everything is strategic within is the lyrics, and it is also two-folded. Back from hell, right? Back from hell, talking about the mere fact that the music in itself represents hell. And we know say sin in itself, if you sin, you're known, according to society, you're known to be going to hell, right? So I just wanted to bring forth those two points, and kind of like, tie them together, within a bow, with those dual reference, right? Including in the video with those two girls that you saw in the video, when them say you dep on an island with two girls. Why an island? Why never just there with two girls in the pan island? Island means say you're there by yourself, you stand alone, right? Standing alone. I think somebody said, I don't know if it was yes, Sabrina said he mastered his shadow self. Standing alone, in order for you to do that, master yourself, self-mastery, you have to stand alone, right? And with the two girl reference, notice in the video, one them upside down, one up and one down. It is duality, right? Good and evil, right and wrong, yin and yang. Hence the black and white attire. You understand? Representing, yes, funeral, but the black and white also represent yin and yang, good and evil, light and darkness. And we know that there is a darkness inside of dancehall right now, and it exists for the past 20 years. Going back to the movie Sinners, there is the vampires are there. And we know that in this day and time, there's no physical vampire with long teeth that drinks blood. But we know we have spiritual vampires that literally pull and suck the lives from these young artists, or from these artists from the new generation, from this new era. And Masicka would have known that, hence separating himself upon an island with two girls, separating himself, separation. Because we all know that with elevation, it have to come with separation. So sometimes when you see you fall out with people and things don't really happen the way it's supposed to happen, and you feel like the odds is against you. Again, we can bring it back to the clash, because a lot of people talk about the clash. We have to understand, say the man still stand by himself. He never fall. Him stand power, him stand pan still. Even though there was a breaking away of ties. Because with elevation, separation have to happen. Isolating himself, and everybody knows, so with growth and comfort doesn't go together. So we have to understand that this journey that Masicka is on, he must be able to stand upon himself, stand upon him own. So I wanted to sort of bring that forward, that way you guys can have that understanding, right? Masicka also said, right, mommy, me love this life of sin. Not necessarily sin as in being reckless, but him love the music. So now we talk about the music representing sin, the thing that he loves, the one that is attached to that sort of low vibration, or that low chakra. I tell him, mother, say, mommy, me love this life of sin. In Sinners, the movie, the son confessed indirectly to the dad that he was gonna do the music, even though he has the understanding of what, even though he has the understanding of what that might means from a religious aspect. Because in the movie, the father was a pastor, and now come to find out that Masicka mother is, she's a Christian, right? So being in the music and get entangled up in certain type of things that's happening there, it go against the religious system, certain norms. And once you go against those norms, you are known to be a sinner. So he would be exposed, right? So him have to be prepared. Hence the gun reference. So in Masicka real life, he chose music over normal education, didn't he? So life of sin, the music brings forth that exposure, and he knows. But he is prepared. And again, sin is attached to the music. Music has a different vibration, tones, and elevations. It can either make you or break you, and Vibes Cartel is a perfect example. Did Vibes Cartel music elevate anybody, or did it break them? It simply break them, and that's how we're trying to break away from this stigma and what's happening. the bleaching of skin to today, the cartel stop bleach and people still out there bleaching. And them can't stop it because it's a part of them subconscious mind. Back to the subconscious and back to Morpheus and dream world, in the dream world, dreaming and being unconscious. Them can't seem to move away from certain social norms that is still there. Masicka said, show me no bleach and me no green. Him different. Him choose a different path. Different from what they chose. And because him choose the path different, is known as a sinner. Notice his fight with different artists due to his separation from that low vibrational frequency. Music is a captivating vibe and it pulls you in and you're stuck. So again, it's either going to elevate you or it's going to break you. And we know, so when it comes to Masicka music, it elevates we in a break way. And that's why when a Gaza man hear Masicka song, them probably to themselves feel broken and not elevated, while some on the other hand they feel motivated and them can say, oh, the song bad, like how when Life of Sin drop, you have some Gaza man say, yo boy, me a Gaza fan about the song bad. What could possibly make you open your mouth and say something like that unless you are spiritually captivated by the music? Let me hear what the chat is saying. ODS said the two girls might represent two sides of one person. Yes, ODS, absolutely. Because remember, in As Sinners, the movies, as much as they were identical twins, remember they have two different personalities. Two different personalities. And again, in the movie, one get bitten by the vampire and one never get bitten by the vampire. In the movie. So again, good and evil, light and darkness right there, so. Diana said, Mommy, me love the Life of Sin because it now shapes him. Diana also said the two girls represent to me when you're living in sin and you don't know who to trust. That part of it too, Diana, I think you were the one who said it, or maybe it was Sabrina, that talks about Masicka music of so many layers and so many introspects, so many ways you can look at it. And it's true. But we cannot look past the fact that, like, why up until the last point in the video, one upside down and one right side up? Diana said, look how he skin bleed, he is clean, no bleach. Yeah. So now Diana realize, say, yo, him move away from the skin bleaching, but some people cannot move away from it, none at all. It's still stuck in them subconscious. And what does that mean when something stuck in their subconscious is like, it just dead, it just become automatic for you to do it. Sometimes you don't know why you do it, but you just do it. You can't shape it because your mind already bend towards it. And yes, Masicka is all about elevation and motivation. So whether literal or symbolic, the horror underscore the struggle to preserve meaning in a hostile world, in a sin world. Right? So when you're in sin, you see all different types of supernatural threats. And we talked about the vampirism earlier. And we know there's some artists that represent that sense of vampirism spirit. And Masicka tell you that they shall bite the dust. So we have them in the industry, in this case, dancehall metaphorically representation of cultural appropriation, historical oppression, and we know that there's a loss of identity in the music. So we also miss the conversation of even legacy, identity, and survival. And we know that Masicka builds legacy from the ground up. He has an identity, he do what he does, and is very different and is very strategic from most. But it also is about survival. Diana said the hill was important too. Yes, Diana, it was. But we also want to look on the fact that Masicka trying to create something better, a better system, a revolutionized dancehall, one that rise from corruptibility to incorruptibility. Understanding that there is internal and there's also external threats. So there's tension between community roots and outside influence, and that is also a factor. Same said, bite the dust, not youth shall. The devil want my soul for crush, back from hell, them know we tough. And we can think about what soul snatching and hell have in common. It's sin. It is sin. And understanding that when you love this music here, and when you're out here doing your own thing, you will learn the hard way, or the youth them will learn the hard way. So in this era of dancehall that we're in, we're always facing a cultural continuity of a breakaway. Yeah, Black Star Boy, welcome back to the panel. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I go through some bad parts. I'm gonna go and listen.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tying sinners back to the movie and thinking about the song Life of Sin, we have to remember that dancehall was a certain way before Masicka rise from being planted, right? The music alone that he does and the way he carries himself prove that the segregation was destined to happen. So that brought, yes, a lot of reaction and a lot of emotions, right? In some ways, the reaction was positive, and in some ways, the reaction was negative, and it still is today. And we know that when Masicka segregated himself from certain camps, certain artists, it didn't go well, but it comes with the life of sin, and he knows that because he went against the norm. One of my strongest conversation, guys, again, is Masicka is not a sinner through recklessness. And we have to ask ourselves, what norms would Masicka be resisting? The stigma that attached to the dancehall culture that needs cleansing? All right, don't you guys see that the sin reference is not as sin as we would have it, but just living outside of traditional expectation and is striving for a meaningful and reclaiming of himself. This man is grounded, rooted, unwavering, and he goes at his own pace. Lenoy said the
Yeah,
concept
hear me,
of the
Mills?
video of the song and the video is very captivating. I believe this track is more of a confession, especially when he is in the church booth, confessing his sin and where he wants to be. That point is very much taken, Lenoy. Let's see what. Before I get to the black star, let me just read a comment really
Yeah.
quick. And I said I was getting.
Yeah, hear me, Mills?
Yeah, me here, but Diana, I have a comment in the section. I'm going to read it out really quickly. Diana said I was getting bite the dust when a lot of ghetto youths
Hold on.
died trying making it and that motivates him to never give up. He still motivate himself through the life of sin, keep pushing. Absolutely. And for that reason too, Diana,
Mills, one
yeah,
second. The feed a break up, so I got jump off and jump back on. So look for my backstage.
all right, cool. And for that reasoning, Diana, that you brought forth, it could be about Masicka just living a sinful, a sinful life. Joe Similia break up. Joe, let me know if you can hear me now, Joey. Because I think Black Star Boy line it was breaking up a bit. So let me know if you can hear me clearer. I'm still breaking up. You guys are hearing me? See, I'm not clear. Black Star Boy, can you hear me?
Yeah, but it's on like it a crack up the feed crack up.
Oh, still breaking up. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna hop out of StreamYard a little bit and hop back in and see if that will help.
Yeah, that's why me jump off because me straight think it was me, my feed, but apparently your feed a crack up as well. Um I don't know if the chat can hear me. When I hear me clearly, or just Mills a break up.
Can you guys hear me now? Any better, guys? Let me know if you guys can hear me.
Yeah, you sound a little better.
Why am I muffled though? It's weird.
Yeah, it's still a break up a little, but you kinda sound a little better now. Yeah,
Okay,
so
I'm not sure what's happening. Why it's
yeah,
on that
so
way.
yeah. Where
Yeah,
did
Black
they know?
Star Boy.
Mhm. Where did they know? Where you reach? Mills.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it's muffled, guys, but let's see if it kind of like clear out.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's clear up a bit.
Miss
It's
World
clear up
said
better
it
now.
it it, it better.
Yeah. But I said where which part you reach and the reason now.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I hear me, Mills?
Yeah, guys. So
Mel,
as far as Masicka is concerned, it's not a life of sin where he is, he's reckless. I'm just out here making this money and simply don't care of what's happening, right? The stories he shares cannot be, contradictory all of a sudden. Where, he might tell we how to live with life and live with life in a one positive way. He must speak to the
Mel, yeah.
youths them,
Oh, it's not like she
and
can't
then
hear
all
me.
of a sudden, oh, hold on. Black Star Boy, if you're talking, because me I watch the chat, if you're talking,
Yeah,
I
try,
can't hear
try,
you.
try, try log out and log back in. Yeah, only can tell Mel to log out and log back in.
Yeah, I'm still, me still not hear Black Star Boy. Probably for go out and come back in. Yeah, for go out and come back in. All right, but can you guys hear me, or do I need to what, log out and log back in the semi swirl? You guys still cannot hear me? Me still so muffled. I'm not sure what happened all of a sudden. Yeah, Black Star Boy, can you hear me now?
Yeah, yeah, hear me now? Yeah, hear me now, Mels? Mel's like, she's
All
still
right,
not
so the
hearing me.
chat can hear me, but Black Star Boy, me can't hear you. So I'm gonna know if you got through a bad patch or something. All right, so in the chat they say we hearing both of you, but me not hear Black Star Boy at all. All right, yeah, when me I go do, me I go log out and log back in and see. Me go log out. All right, Black Star Boy, you hear me? Let's see. Yeah, hear me, Black Star Boy? Hello?
Yeah, you're not hearing Mels.
Oh, me I hear you now. Father God, they easy the Father God said
Yeah,
the
hear me now?
spirit. Yeah, me I hear you. Father God said the spirit of fuck with the
Okay,
life.
amazing.
Yeah, guys,
Father
so
Gore, where you the
Father God
Father pan the
forward
live of Father Gore?
upon the panel, yeah. Father God said earlier, said them reason are bigger than him. Guys, when you talk about
Right.
spirituality, it have to be deep, guys. It have to be deep. And that's what I say, yo, like just follow it. You get what message? Just you have to just follow it.
Father Gore.
Run in, Father God, run in.
Yeah, come help a balance, cause Mel need to know if she land or if you understand. Because when we're done with it, you supposed to can understand.
Yeah. Father God, big up yourself.
Yo, Mr. Foreigner coming out on the Meridians and mad me. Right now, I'm afraid for this song to blood clot.
Why, Father God?
Jaja.
No, Father Gore, but it kind of simple still, no. When Mel's sum up and what me I get from it as well, based off of the things that Michelle tell me and my
Me,
connect the
me,
dots them in my mind. You know, it kind of it's just basically a musical
me,
rendition of a movie,
me, me,
Sinners.
head, me head beginner, remember, that's why big head people head eats never get the water. Me on the blood clot, madness.
You watch a movie Sinners,
You know,
Father Gore?
him not
You know,
watch
me
it.
never watch it.
Him not
Me
watch it.
not watch it on me ear, but it, me never,
You
Him not
never
the
watch
catch
the
name,
Black Star boy.
the name turned me off.
no, but which is why we are trying to explain it, this whole notion of sin for say in
Yeah.
the traditional sense of it, it is such a bad thing. But
Yeah,
growing
me
up
get that.
and
Them part
yeah,
that me get so far, we not talk about. But me have
right.
a question.
Yeah.
All right, me now you explain the part when him a repent, boy.
When I repent,
Yeah, when going to the box, eh?
I mean,
oh yeah man.
remember,
So,
remember, say sinners repent in a Father Gore. So strategically, that was meant, or that would have meant to be there, cause it
yeah
all
man.
ties together. Remember, sinners repent,
Ah,
and
you want me to
and
understand
a
it? What I
sinner.
know? In the music, towards the music, me understand him being sinners. Different from the, I'm not even chatting. Different from the, separate himself from the Gaza system where, you know,
Yeah.
once it's a part of it, yeah, you understand me? We get all of that, and we can see the context, we can, the title of the song, I can see where I say.
Mm-hmm.
But I know when I try to say that, so that's what I'm going to ask, you know. And another thing to the money part, the part of
Right,
the church,
All right.
when we see the
The
envelope with the name on
go
it.
ahead. I mean,
right. So
for your you can go at it, sir, Black Star boy, and if anything, me just
all
add my
right. So
piece. You
to
can go
me,
on.
Father Gore, um,
Mm.
that is basically him just on the surface level, really saying that, differently still me out here, I live a life where probably my mother or probably even God himself probably wouldn't ordain for me, right? But this is me giving back to the system there for sure. Say me not really intentionally out here just to be a bad person like that with no form of remorse about it. So me I gotta do what me can do to
All
try
right.
and pay my penance, if you get what
All
me I
right.
say.
One week, wow, I got Rick one side.
Yeah.
Me and
All
give an
right.
explanation last night where son deep, but me understand. Remember, I said, like after I repent, I put on the money. It's a part of the it's a part of the forgiveness where you pay for your sins and
Yeah.
whatever.
So at that
Right,
mega tight, I mega tight
right.
tight in and out Father Gore. Say we have
So
to
that's what
understand.
penance. Yeah, so that's what the
We
whole
have
thing of penance is about. Seeking redemption from the sin that we have committed.
all right. So you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So with the because I mean I've heard the reviews where people say things
Yeah,
like
when I hear me.
yeah, me I
Yeah,
hear
man,
you
I hear. For me, I
in a
hear.
the
Man, of the chat. Chat and I hear
in
them.
a the yeah, man, I think them are here because Joey
Somebody
just
type.
mentioned something.
Somebody type one if you not hear both of them. Got you.
Yeah, so
Me not get
somebody
that
make
one yet though.
somebody make reference Father Gore and Black Star Boy and Kenrad new to the panel right now regarding say in the Anglican church where them have a thing where them can pay for them, I guess pay for them sins, right? But not just in the Anglican reference alone. Remember, say like when you throw your arms or you throw your tithes or your offering, it is a repentance for your soul. You understand? So that
Where you say
kind of
the tie? You say ties where you train at church, the regular ties, eh?
yeah, but me not even want getting at that because in a Christianity the way them teach of it and so it's supposed to go. When you give back, you're supposed to give it back to the poor. So the way them teach in a the church in a Christianity say you put your in the offering plate and so it really go right. When you give money right or you give to the poor, it is a repentance for your soul or for your the sins them where you commit. if that makes sense. Is that clear to everybody,
Okay.
or me if we kind of like delve deep a little bit more? All right, so me will know that because Marie,
Oh, so Father Gore. So you
the
Yep.
say,
laws, it's not the laws and
Yeah, man.
commandments. We may kind of tied to that. Kenra, me I come to you here. But just one kind of like land on the
so
point here
Father
so
Gore.
everybody
That's
can
why
have.
you wish.
Cool.
Connecting. Yeah, well on there. Starboy, yeah, hear me? Connecting,
Yeah,
I
man,
hear,
me
man.
hear no.
Oh.
Yeah, man, me I hear Mills. Me I hear Mills.
So what yes or no?
No, I choose that time. I never did want for Qatar, but she sound like she did want for land. So I never that.
Measure
No,
done.
but just make reference to like the money, the offering
Oh,
reference.
yeah.
It's a repentance for your soul, right? So however them want to
Right.
like do
And
it
it's
in the
big.
church or
Right. And it's
go
big in
ahead, go
the
ahead.
Roman Catholic. In the Roman Catholic, them strongly believe in paying for your sins, which is why the Roman Catholic is one of the richest organizations in the world,
That's a rich.
because you have you have all of the juggler, them the El Chapo, them the El Mencha, them and
Yeah,
all of them
them always like Catholic church,
Catholics.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
them are Catholics. So when them kill off how much people and them do all kind of atrocities, them believe that donating to the church will wash them
The
of all of the
Lord
sins
forgive
them
them.
what them are coming. Right. So
Okay,
they might pay
okay.
millions of dollars to the church for say as a way to save them soul from the
Yo, yeah,
heinous
actually
crimes
I
that them
talk,
are commit.
Actually I talk.
Yeah.
If you notice in the Harlem Jug Show there, the pastor always like one strong man in that movie. When it come to the damn them, you can't fuck with all the pastor or the priest
Right,
or whatsoever I
right.
miss. Yeah.
So is this
Even
at the same yeah,
even
at the
even
same thing now, because what people not understand is that enough of the time them when empires are go to war, a lot of the time that the Pope, especially back in the medieval time, them have to run it through the Pope, and the Pope have to give them blessing
Okay.
before them go on any
Okay.
form of raid. The pirates them do it, the armies them from the countries do it, which is why the Pope was always such a highly revered figures in all society, no matter whether you come from England, whether you come from France or you come from Spain, the Pope is revered by all because him really the man who sit down at the top, which basically them would have say him is God representation upon earth. So all of them really go down to him and him bless them for do certain things, and when them go out and them make money, them bring it back to the church and them donate a majority of them lootings and all of them things to the church. And there is even times when the Pope and the Roman Catholic Church itself actually fund these wars.
all right, stick up in for a second. Stick up in for a second. All right. Big up yourself, Joey. Joey Ledger said, guys, first listen, Travis Green, in what's that? Intentional, and then Masicka Life of Sin to see what's happening. All right, definitely we'll check that out, Joey Ledger. One Side News, big up yourself, One Side News is bigging up everybody, bigging up the chat and the panel. Jerome Brown, big up yourself, and thank you so much for being here today. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the live. Guys, like and subscribe to the live and share it so we can get some more people into the live.
So somebody just want to explain the whole reference of sinners and massacre song Life or Sin to Father Girl, like I never watched the movie. So
Somebody
I don't know if
somebody step on the live, somebody step on the panel.
Oh yeah, big up yourself, Kenrai.
oh
Sorry, Kenrai.
Kenra,
Can
Kenra there.
Me there. I really talk, when I talk still. Me just start going and listen because I really miss that, me a spiritual man myself, so I kind of understand fully. And my mates, me I tell you the last time when I call in, says like a spiritual war, I go on still, that good
Yeah.
against evil and things. So, yeah, me fully understand. When Bridget and I talk about a real fox, man, you know? Yeah, so I go
Yeah.
and listen still.
All right. Big up yourself, Kenrai.
Yeah.
Yeah man. So when me that say Father Gore in the movie Sinners, right? Two
mm-hmm.
brothers, them are twin. And them basically And New Orleans, I don't remember exactly. I remember Memphis are one of them places them moved to.
Mississippi.
And
Mississippi.
them buy a piece of land from some Mississippi, right? So them buy a piece of land from some white people and thing. But where as the move go on, we realize that them two youth them did a work for the mafia, which are the Italians them, where basically them do all heap of gun running, liquor smuggling and all of them things there. So it's like them get so big in the system that they were well known and them did make a lot of money. So them basically break away and decide say them want to open a club where them are gonna open a jazz bar where basically people the black people them there can come in and listen to jazz music and all of them things there. And so
Okay.
in the movie, yeah, in the movie, them buy a piece of land from some white man, and them set it up and them plan the first opening night and everything. And so them did I gather all of them talented musicians them and all the talented people them for come through and things. So them get some female singers, and there was this one youth where basically he was a pastor's son and he was very talented as a musician. But the music represents something that is outside of the church because it's considered secular. So the father never approved of him. And then basically they didn't make the connections to say that, as Mel pointed out earlier, that music is an inspiration that comes from the heel chakra, which is basically tied to hell, right? So that is one of the chakra them. So the chakras them are different points in your body where spiritual energy and everything is accepted or accessed from inside of your body. And the heel is one of the root chakra, and that is the chakra that controls creativity and it sparks artistry and all of them things there. So you see the whole thing that we are reference about sin and everything, it comes from out of that root chakra which is tied to hell, which basically inspire creativity and artistry, basically. Yeah, you follow me I say, Father Gore?
Me follow him, man. Me listen and say to me, I say, boy, blood club, boy, massacre, na easy, you know, dog.
Yeah, the dog not easy, and
Yeah,
that's why what
yeah,
we do here.
And Father Gore,
yeah, yeah.
Father Gore, you see because that chakra there ties to the heel or the hell chakra. Remember, say hell in his reference represents sin, you know. And you see the
Mm-hmm.
heel chakra there in itself also represent the music. So that's why the life of sin is like a life of music, and it's like a duality. Like it's like you holding up a mirror and you see the same thing, right? The sin where Ima talk about are the life of music, where Ima make a reference to. That's why I say, Mommy, I love this life of sin. Like when I say, Mommy, no, I love the life of music, yeah. I love the music, you know, but I understand say it come with certain things. It come with
Yeah,
certain things where me know say me have to go prepare myself for. That's him load him gun and him say, yo, me go shoot
Right.
me go shoot a boy and a big thing a boy, I go bore my shot and in the church, not the church, but you see that hand washing thing the Father Gore.
yeah,
It a
that
tell us
part
say,
there.
yo, they tell us the man a tell us say mind make up. So remember, you know, back a spirituality, so we have to bring it back to the to the
I'm
to the
see that in that short, you
to
know,
the
me
yeah
also wonder what that is.
to the Roman Catholic. Remember say Pontius Pilate they wash him hands, you know. Wash him hand when time him they say no like when them say crucify him and he say wash him hand, he have nothing to do with this none at all. Remember, you know, a water use wash him hand in this case, Masicka use blood for wash him hand. And you know, so blood thicker than water. You understand? So we can do what we
Hold
will
on,
with
One NSC never in a sitting to. Alles when
one
I say go.
NSC.
NSC back up.
Was your NSC
Yeah,
buckle? Me
but
not.
you see the NSC buckle a roll a ground, so it basically a symbolize say, yo, him not really care for the alcohol, like that not really matter to him. You see me? Him not
Because
and it's
that
something
would
where
be a
him
that would be a
repair because
negative that would be a negative spirit compared
right.
to the
So
trees when smoke.
All right,
right,
me
so
got to the one next part. What?
As Mel
All right, go on. Go on. Got you.
yeah, so as Mel said, I say to your Father Gore in the movie as well, the youth we have him father, the talented musician where we talk about, him father was a pastor. So him father did that explain to him that once him a do that type of secular music there, it's going to come with a lot of consequences. And it's
Yeah.
just the same theme in a Masicka song where him a talk to his
Yeah.
mother because his mother is a Christian. And his mother probably don't approve of this sinful life and everything. But at the same time, where the guy in the movie, I say, boy, I'm father, I love that music. I can did a thief out and did I go the party them and then I go all about the and I do the music. And I same thing Masicka did I do early in a film life where him did a sleep out and him a go dance and him a DJ and him a go from session to session and studio to studio, which is basically the
Same.
same as in the movie with Sinners, if you get what I say.
Like watch the show then.
So
Like watch it. Yeah.
right. So Massacre further a link the movie Sinners also as the two brother them who basically detached from a system. So members say them usually work for the Italians and them make enough money so till them can stand on them own and go open them own business. That was them detaching from a system. And I say me so in a real life now, when Massacre doing a dance hall, when it come up to the loud music and the scamming and the obia worship and the bleaching and all of them things, Massacre make a conscious decision say him not go partake in the farm of dance hall. And him not go
See.
farm and be a part of the Gaza
So
system. So he must step away from them.
Diana give explanation of the
Yeah, me say that. Yeah, me say that.
NSC.
Diana said the
Right.
NSC is a spirit that clouds your mind. Can't think straight, makes you do stuff you don't want to. Absolutely, Diana. That's why I'm telling say yo, him stay
Right.
away. Him stay away from it. And instead, because again, Diana, the alcohol it represent the spirit of low vibration. Remember saying alcohol is also called jinn, and jinn is literally a demon called jinn itself.
Exactly.
Really?
Real
You
talk.
Really?
understand? Yes,
Yeah.
jinn is
That's why
all.
them
Look it
call
up.
it
Mm.
Jinn is
gin.
jinn.
Yeah.
Yes, jinn is a demon. It's a name of a demon.
To
You
take over
understand?
your take
So
over your
that's
soul.
why, guys, one said from me know said it's kind of like
All right.
mind-boggling, but it me just need for like show forth like say yo this thing I about a deep meds to it.
Me I tell you one of that scene. Melissa's song,
Right.
but me I
So
tell
I
you
just want to
the
finish
video.
explain.
Got you.
Well, on the father girl, I just want to finish the reference with the movie because there's a few things where I did just need to touch and then we can have a genuine discussion about it. I mean for cutting I know. But I just want to
Go
finish
on, man.
wrap up the ties of the movie with the song Masicka with the song Life of a Sin. Right? So basically in the movie, when them finally keep the opening night and everything and the music start to generate a particular frequency and a vibration that it start to attract demonic forces, which in the movie it was represented by some white man who were for buck and the woman them a sing, and then some of them start to sing. It start to open up portals, right? And the demon them was so drawn to it. The vampire them was so drawn to it. Them did want for come and be a part of the movement so that them can open the doors for access for them family and for them people them where they in the spiritual realm where them don't have access to. So them basically come as energy
And
vampires to live off of the vibration for try and resurrect and bring across some people from the dark side over into the physical world. So that basically
stick
the
up
movie.
stick up in Black Sabbath because you have to because since as we are land so the people them can have a more understanding towards the point. We have to also make reference to the mere fact say yo like you have a genuine ancestral portal music happening, Sammy playing right with Sammy would represent Massacre, right? And the music when bring to the space. And then you have the vampire them outside Father Gore a try to get and try to corrupt that space there that Massacre would have been a part of. But when you realize so when them outside I try to I guess play for them so-called music and I say, guys, I would love to join you and to be a part of you realize say the music where them a play in a really a land in a really make no sense. You understand? It compared to the music where really a happen. You understand? So it goes with talent and creativity and the vibration where the music have and we can
It
bring that. Well, I'm a land
align
stop
with the
black star boy.
music we're currently in a dancer. Like it have no.
Yeah, so yeah, just give me a chance to land now. So
Oh,
I may go
sorry,
try
sorry.
to
But just
tie it
that's
back
why I
to
bring a point.
yeah, to the I may try to like bring it to like the dancehall aspect of the mere fact say yo, like um if we are called name vibes cartel, it would represent the form of music that were low vibrational, what type of in the
Dark
corruptible
side.
space, then the dark side, well, you know, say Masicka stand for something else. So when I look on both, when I look on Sammy and you look on the vampire them, right? One the cartel would have said it spiritual vampire, Masicka would have represent, all right, then the era, the new era, and the revolutionized dancehall. So you have the duality of again of good versus evil, light against darkness, a clash up. Right? So in order to clash up with the demon, you have to have more than your physical eyes and your physical being to be able to see certain things. You have to be able to see on a spiritual level. You understand? Because you would be fighting blindly. You understand? So that is even another way where you can even look on it too. And it ties back into the movie with the vampire them outside, Sammy inside playing the music, opening up portals, and the vampire them are trying to get in to corrupt the space.
Okay. It, it, now hear me?
Yeah, we are hear you.
Yeah, yeah. One next thing now. You watch a movie where this plane must disappear in the sky and the people them maybe then go back to the future or whatever, but are then going to the future, something like that. In a same music video, you have a part where you see man go up in the sky, and you can see the same kind of formation. I don't know see the part there. Like
What
same
which
formation
move which
at the
move
same
which movie
scene.
that?
I wait name, the plane name is a spiritual thing to man. And like anybody who come in touch with any piece of the plane was missing. We got the number of the plane never number. Anybody come in touch with it, like where
Oh
disappear.
yeah, man. I think. Oh wait, what that's what I did name again? A manifest. I don't remember what that's what I did name.
So I think
Yeah,
so, I
man. I'm
think so,
watch
I
the
think
show.
so.
The
Yeah.
series. Yeah, the series.
Right. Right. It's a series, yes. That I know me talk about. In a same Masicka video, you have a part where man go up in the sky and you see if it have the same kind of thing like when the plane did disappear. I mean I say, where am I trying to say that so? Yo, they hear enough yeah man.
Yeah, but remember, so this man is a storyteller, Tina Father Gore, so we cannot limit the mind and limit imagination.
That's true still.
So that's why you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
tie to Sinners, you're tied to a
So,
different movie.
so
We
you
can
say
tie to
funny
Matrix.
when you have understanding is a total different thing than when you're a regular blood clot minded person like me. Because I'm hear the song and I say, I hear the song and the song not say nothing than the song. The video is there to give you a better picture of what it go on. When I sing about. That's the
Right.
picture about video now. Music video now.
Right. So
And then I
basically,
and go ahead.
yeah. So basically, the movie named Sinners, a Massacre named theme song "Life of a Sin," and one of the things I make was sure that the two are tied together was at the first in a history where seeing where the jazz instrumentals are used on a dancehall or a reggae track, if you get what
What?
I say.
Brother, yeah, let me
And
go ask. Come and say,
and the
more no
movie,
who be like with him there.
right,
Because
and the
you're with him
movie,
for the fuck.
right, the movie is about jazz. It's all spirituality and the starting of how jazz was basically formed and how powerful the music is,
And the
So
feet, and
we
the,
can see it. We can see the
and the feet,
correlation between the movie and the song.
yo, and the female were harmonize the girl's voice sweet, you fuck.
Yeah, man,
Right, in
just
the
just
movie, yeah,
sing,
they have
man.
the female singers as well in the movie, Father Gorto. So everything just a tie up here, you understand?
And the, yo, man, the song well put together, man. The man, and then well calculated. Like somebody takes earlier answer, I enough, then ask onto them February a block history month.
Yeah, I think it was ODS. Big up to ODS for that comment. Yeah,
Yeah.
ODS is one year
So,
who
man,
made that comment.
so you said the man really calculated, the man know him, I do, yo.
Yeah,
Yeah, the man
Follow,
chop something for
follow
the
the
absolutely.
culture.
DJ, yo. Follow the DJ, dog. It's touching on, boy. Me love on the break it down still on. Now, let me not go anything. The for them sit there for spare you, let me know. But me say, you see me? First, me see, though. Who's the lady? It's Kendrick. Okay. Yeah, man. I know by two, break it down, man.
Right, Andre
Clarity,
Miller.
you know?
The
Kendrick are
only
the only
person I
man
see
we
do
do.
this music, yeah, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah. So I wanted to mention him earlier now, but it did just slip me because he is he is basically the hip hop version of what Masicka do now. Because Kendrick Lamar music is heavily influenced by jazz, especially in early music. It's very deeply rooted in jazz and blues, you know.
Real
And
talk.
him are one of the only rapper who basically do that and do it consistently where him infuse his music, the instruments and all of them things, the piano and the
Yep.
saxophones and all of them things, him bring the jazz and blues to hip hop to rap.
Yeah. And then the ops them in the bush and to maybe some of the one side fans who are saying that they don't know what to do with that song here, they don't know how to perceive it. I think some of the reviews I saw, people were saying that oh, it's not something that we're used to, and no, it's not like Limelight, or it's not like they make reference to the song and try to compare it, but what if it's not meant to be compared to anything whatsoever, right?
But
You
it's
have to
different.
understand, say, yeah, you have to understand, say, yo, if we say we are one side, guys, I'm gonna say that with no disrespect or anything like that. We have to trust the artist. At the end of the day, he's an artist and an artist create. So we have to
Right.
trust him for create, right? And when an artist go create, right?
Mm.
Things might resonate with some, and it might not resonate with others. The same way how we come with the conversation today with a different light and a different layer of how I see this song on a deeper level. And the same thing with Masicka. Masicka is not a one-dimensional artist, right? And given the fact that he's not one-dimensional, right? He taps into different sides of his versatility. So I'm not gonna come out every day and sing about guns, and I'm not come out all the time gonna sing about the ladies, but I'm gonna bring a different, maybe we can say, genre to to the music, to dancer. Because if we are be completely honest, if you all really and really are listening up, this no sound to me like no dancehall track. This is not a typical dancehall track. This no sound dancehall to me, no, not at all. We know Masicka, we know him to be a dancehall artist, but if you literally take up Masicka and just drop him in a one big land nowhere and get a group of people and say, yo, like, all right then, guys, wanna think? Me no people now go figure out say he's a dancehall artist by this track. Yeah. So it just back to a point that I made earlier and Black Star Boy made earlier. It is where dancehall meet jazz and blues. This is a different style of artistry that Masicka has tapped into.
Yep.
And we've never hear or see it before. Like what is this? Like Ken, like what is, like what really this is?
I mean, I'm on a
Uh,
lane, man.
just
I mean,
like when
I'm
him
on a
drop
lane.
her the EP, her name is Love. Like that was a different side of him. It's
Yeah,
like when Rihanna drop. Remember when
different,
Rihanna drop
different.
Antariana? Remember the album
Mm.
that Rihanna drop Antariana?
Right.
When she
Yes.
dropped
Yes.
the
Yes.
album,
Yes.
like there was. Remember, say Rihanna is a pop
Mm.
artist, and
Yeah.
she tap into
Very popular.
reggae. When she
Mm.
say when she sing about Shatter Man down, she tap in a reggae. Yo, she tap in a rock and roll.
Right.
So
That's
is
why
it
she's a
that
pop artist. That's why she's a very
yes,
a pop car. That means
ex-
popular. So yeah, that
exactly
makes
the same
yeah. So
way we can say Beyonce tap into country, and people had a lot to say about it. But
yeah.
who, me know what, like, let's end the Black History Month and a bang out and a bang according to ODS. Like, who invent country music? Is not the white people. So white people have a problem with it when Beyonce tap into country music. What, because she's an R&B singer, a pop artist, or
No,
whatever they want to
she's a
call her?
pop. She's a pop artist. That's why she can do that. Even Bob Marley was a pop artist because
Yeah,
that means popular. And a lot of people think it's a genre. It's not really a
yeah,
genre. Pop means you are a popular artist. So enough of them is a popular artist. Enough of them is
Right,
yeah.
Kenya.
considered pop artists. A lot of them.
Cause even Bobby Shmurda song um Hot Nigga. That's a pop song. Because that
Right.
crossed over into the pop markets. But
Yeah, to the popular market. Yeah, it's very, very popular.
right, it's on anything like where would have normally transition over into the pop market, but that song become a pop song.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
And I just
So
the same way when Bob Marley did doing music, it did a crossover in a pop in the pop the
And
popular
there's
genre
a message.
charts, pop charts.
Yeah, there's a message, just like sticker song them man. There's always a message, Him up on the other side, one side, and on one side we say, what I mean, just like we bring up the point earlier, about the religion thing, and how it was like them are so to speak, them are like a fake it to make it seem like a so, but I know really stuff. So we know them the fake thing, what I mean, I say because they're born suicide alone, just like we said
yeah,
earlier.
All right. So Kenny, me did want to bring up Ritical, right?
Yeah,
Because Mr. Ritical did do a thing. And him say him a go do dancehall fused with Latin music. And he
mm,
did about 3 songs. One of them I really know still, but I think a 3 song him do, and them did
right.
have the whole Latin flair mixed with dancehall. I mean,
Yeah.
Sean Paul kind of do it already, and there have been songs here and there where the fusion was probably there. Like even Masicka song La Cabra is a mix of
Mm.
Latin flair with Caribbean dancehall music.
I
Right?
said a good move
And
or a bad move.
a good move.
so
I definitely say a good move.
Yeah.
so it's a damn good move. As the man land
Yeah.
Bad Bunny, man get
Yeah.
a collab with Bad Bunny. I'm a no say
Exactly.
because them probably hear the dancer track them where man were infused with the Latin culture already. So them just say, yo,
Exactly.
say an artist say what already I do it. So make we do
That's
a
how you
collab with
cross
him.
over. That's how you cross over. That's part of the art of crossing over. You try you
Yeah,
reach a
right now.
different set of people.
Yeah, right
Yeah.
now that song there alone make Ritical have 1.4 or so monthly listeners from Spotify. The man Spotify numbers them are going off a chart now because of that one
You
song.
see? You see that? Yeah. Smart. Smart move. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah, man.
you know who must tap into something different too. And when him NYL Chopper, a same name?
Me never listen to him song them,
Like
Yeah,
him like
any lead chopper.
yeah, and
Me
Chopper,
never.
him tap into something too. Remember says known to be what a rap artist and him tap into
Oh.
country. Says like it's like him a crossover. It's like him a crossover the genres them.
Mm-hmm. You have to. If you notice, all our big artists, them get a piece, right? Somebody have to something?
Well, let me
Wow,
shout
yeah,
out some
listen, man.
people.
Yeah,
Let me
listen,
shout
man.
out some people there, guys. Big up yourself in the White Taylor Island Girl Ruby. Big up yourself in the Island Girl Ruby. One side to the landslide. Big up
That is
yourself.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, me see anybody else me miss call, more. Make sure I stay tuned with the chat. Andre Miller, big up yourself. Big up yourself, Andre Miller.
Come on.
Is that Jermaine? Big up yourself, Jermaine the
Nostradamus.
Maritime.
That's
What?
Nostradamus.
Yeah,
Come on,
man. Big up
Tabo.
everybody on the chat,
What,
man.
what the
Big up
fuck am I
everybody.
talking about? Like, we can't manage them people at delusion because
Who
them
that?
straight things say alkaline create everything we ever ban. So the moment if alkaline say it and you say it in a your song, yo, alkaline follow.
Yo,
Man, them
Oh,
delusional, you
right.
fuck.
Yeah, I saw something like that. And I didn't even stick around to even see it because honestly, it
You, you go on
it's
fuck
not even
around
worth.
until father crooks all you hear? You go
this
on
man
fuck
so,
around.
this man so scarce. As an artist,
Island.
come out with something. It have something to do with alkaline. Just to give him a little straw. It's like
Yeah.
every time a man come out with that, yeah, alkaline. Just to give him a straw, cause him so scarce.
No,
Right
but yeah,
now, them not relevant, them not have
but
no
no,
net, them
I
not have
saw,
no relevance
I
on
saw
internet
Black
like that.
Star Boy. That's all them do. Forget them artists them call that, 'cause the artists are going nothing. But that's
Yeah,
what I'm doing. Forget just mix
yeah,
him. Just calling you everything. If
yeah.
one dog, if one dog go viral with some tricks, yeah, then go put in here. We said the fucking dog.
Mm.
But that's one of them thing there.
The dog
Alan girl,
see him do it. The
Alan
dog
girl,
see him do
groovy.
it. The dog watch
Eh?
him do it. The dog see him do it, and that's why him do it. The dog see him do it. Yeah. Not true,
Yo,
yeah, talk, man.
if a dog ever go viral, man, with some new tricks, man, you go for years, I'll get the one name within the little or something. I
And
just
then
put them.
and then what to really be focused on, cause I know we can't see the album that we're supposed to come out and
All right.
le-
So you what me
We not
know?
want to
tomorrow
see
Don't
that.
make
March.
don't
We
you
not
wanna
think we
know?
want to see that.
You wanna know
Because
the bad spirit that? That's the bad spirit. Don't make it derail the reason. Don't make it
Father
derail the
Gore,
reason. You see it?
Father
When I
Yeah
Gore,
man,
said
not
idiot
idiot fuck.
trend,
Father Gore said the bad spirit.
when
yeah
I said
man.
idiot trend, when I said idiot trend, man, I appear good things. You
Throw
know,
some of
man.
NSC rump on him blood clot.
Yeah.
Father Gore.
Island girl Ruby, big up yourself.
Yeah,
Next
yeah.
guy spreads.
Big up Island Girl, Ruby. Big up, big up.
Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel you know.
yeah, man. Some my closing remarks. I love the song. I listen to from yesterday. I listen to other song from yesterday. I just that song alone.
Yo.
I listen to from
Me
yesterday.
have a Spotify, me have a play, dog. Me go back Spotify and have a bunks and me can't tell that song.
Right.
Yo,
You just can't get tired of it.
on the you know, listen up. Me never listen up. But after after I go through with the spiritual thing, me say, book, but like I said, there's something I want with that song differently, yeah, man. I just
Yeah,
sound say,
man. The
power repeat,
song.
power repeat, power repeat, power repeat. I'm not tired of it. And what I want to do, you always will see that part there. I love this life of sin. It catchy. You see it?
Yeah, man. It
Yeah.
bad, man. It bad. The pan repeat, right? True.
Very, very,
It's
very.
Okay.
excellent body of work. And as me I said to people who them spiritual eyes them not open, a lot of the things them now got understand and stuff, which is why we're there here I try to bring it forth. But and everybody I can get it and then everybody I understand it. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Him do the music and the music have to do the rest. So
Mhm.
we just do it here I try to enlighten people and
Yeah.
make people aware of certain things and
Make
make certain
music.
connections where them never really have seen. But at the end
Mm.
of the
But
day, the song shot.
but
And
I
nobody
lie. But I lie.
That's
This is
it.
the deepest. And that's because you know I'm a friend on YouTube.
right.
But me I listen, this is the deepest and clearest understanding me get from this what the song right now. Because one I say we can relate it to the music itself and what go on in music world, right in the dance hall, I can see where my talk about, I will not talk about. You see what I say?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah
man.
man.
Yeah, man.
That
Good
that
against
much clear
evil.
picture of everything right there, sir.
Good against evil, man. Good against
Yeah,
evil.
man. So, Mel's, you did a great job bringing this to these connections. Like a lot of the things that
Smart.
you mentioned,
Yeah, fuck.
whenever did I pre none at all. Like even the connection to the movie Sinners,
Yeah.
I never see it until you start reading about it and thing, and that's really an excellent job. Probably only
Mm.
somebody where spiritually see things on
Mm.
a different level would have make them kind of connection and analogies there. So
Yeah.
Eh,
amazing job, Nels.
The music
Mel's
stand
right
stand
now
the
me
test
a
of time.
pre you.
Music
Why
stand the
Father
test
Gore?
of
Why
time.
you pre before Father Gore?
You have a connection to set Mary.
No, sir. Clarin and my family come from in a Father Gore.
Oh, but when I think you get it still.
Me know, of course me get it. Of course me get it. Me get it, man, me get it. But thanks to guys, like me just did, line upon line earlier, tittle upon tittle to kind of like, drive it home. And again, like just like what Black Star Boy saying, a lot of you guys mentioned, I want to listen to the song over and over. I'm listen to it over and over and over and over
Yeah.
to be able
That's
to
it.
just draw certain, conclusion and to draw certain things from the song. And other people see their own perspective, but that was just my analogy, from the song, from the graveyard reference, to the confession reference. You get what I'm saying? To the cemetery reference, to the music playing in the background. It was just a clear indentation. I say, yo, like this, like to Black Starboy point earlier, like it did come like a New Orleans setting. Like, why does it give me a jazz and blues vibes? And then I think
Right.
Sinners, that me say this remind me of Sinners so much. But me say Sinners
Yeah.
was not done in New Orleans, but in Mississippi. But guess what? New Orleans and Mississippi have in common. The same culture and the same jazz and blues, the same ancestry reference, the drum playing in at the background reference. You get what I'm saying? So it was just a clear to me. I said, Bomba, but Masicka remind me of some if it's true, man, like the guy in a Sinners. Because, and something else, Black Star Boy, you didn't know, say, yo, Sammy, no go one minute. Yo, the twin tell Sammy, the twin were winning at the last, which represent the good twin, tell Sammy if you go home, Sammy pretend
Yeah.
like him go home, go home, Sammy chose the music, same way, until
Yeah,
him
yeah,
Same
go,
yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
Masicka
Same
said,
way.
nah, dead, nah, dead young, Mom, the man
Mm,
chose the
mm.
music, same way, and him survive. And if you realize, say, yo, in the last part of Sinners movie, show, say, yo, the man make peace with him demons, them. The demons then come visit him in the last.
Yeah, yeah,
I make
yeah,
peace
yeah.
with Sammy in the last.
Then
Like
I
how
was
Masicka make peace with him demons,
a good movie that. Yeah, very good.
We need. I hope the team also or then do some good promotion on the song. You see me? The song very catchy. The song I can't go place. We can see
Yeah,
people all over singing this song, bro.
and
But you
that
know
me
what
love the
else
song.
with the song, guys, and panel, you know what the else thing? Because this song you write us, as Rick one side say, like the icing on the cake from the JA radio live
Mm-hmm.
last night. If that not that he never used, he said appetizer. Appetizer was the word him use. The appetizer. Like me just genuinely want to know, like the other song them will line up for 2026, like how those songs are going to be composed.
Mm.
The same
The piece that,
concept,
that song is up on the
Mm.
album, you know. Song is up on the album. And
yeah,
I ask you.
it a hit me as a Father Gore.
Yeah,
So if him
only
come
good
out with a
music.
style, yeah, like what the other song them are gonna be like,
Yeah.
you
Only
know?
good, only good music lasts. Only good music can stand the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good music speaks always for centuries and decades. Only good music. So if I make some little pure music where we are talking about and this and that, that not really that not really lasts forever.
Yeah.
Good music lasts forever, stand the test of time. That me have to say.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Clean and fresh. Big up yourself, my
Big up
G.
your, yeah, clean and fresh. Me just say comment, comment. Big up yourself in a clean and fresh. Remember if you hear the reasoning clean and fresh, or you just a join in, or you did not the bushes thing.
And just a forward. Then can go
Just a
see
forward.
replay, man. Thing. See it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
But
me just
our
me just it pick up right away and now say, yo, like the life of sin. Me I say like on a way people think the sin to be, or like out here reckless. Like Masicka make too much good music and too
stick,
strategic in the
man,
road. Yeah.
stick a pin. Just for yesterday, come yesterday, myself say, yo, we have Masicka upon this pinnacle. I said, why? In positive and very. I best to myself say, but think about it. Am I good for saying this life of sins? I mean, I said, best to myself say, I wonder how others are pre this song.
Yeah. Yeah, man,
Yes, and I say,
them a pre because they
feel
must
the
say, yo,
negative,
like
the negative.
he must stock, yeah, like he must stock the money on. Me hear one reference where talk about, I say, yo, the 9 to 5 job wasn't cutting it, say my fi go out there go do the crime, like nothing like that. Me not get that from the song, none at all. Me not get that from the song. That are
Well,
not even
but
factual.
I'm able to do like that to look at no in Canada try and portray two different at the same time.
Cause me man a father gore, like even in real life settings. Remember saying, no, the man go pre you and the man drop out a pre you, and then take on the music full time. Remember say again, guys, the music represents sin, the life of sin. So in other words, when they must say, "Mommy, me love this life of sin. Mommy, me love this life of music," we come with the sin. So therefore, I have to be prepared. I have to be strategic because some boy want bore me shot them. I go bore for them shot first. But guess what? You see them style here already. I fully trained. And we have to ask
Yeah,
myself,
yeah,
all right
man.
then,
Man, the
somebody
background.
background noisy.
Can't hear you. Over background now.
Yeah, so like he must say, yo, love. He must say, mommy, me love this life of sin, not necessarily meaning say, yo, like me love this reckless life you're out here. That's not
Yeah.
what the man has said. The man has said, me love this life of music, cause the music represent the sin, right? And the music come with the sin. Some of the ought be strategic. That's him walk with him gun. You understand him with him third eye open, meaning saying hiding at the clouds. You understand him when physical, yeah, them can't see him spiritual eyes, can see say him can bore shirt first and film shirt not get bored. Understand and put them down in the dirt before him get there. And I promise we say yo, even though them say when you live a certain life, you die young, you might live till you old. And it's a promise that we might make to everybody.
Come on. No,
That
big,
is
big,
it.
big, big, big wisdom. Big wisdom, my friend.
That is it. That is it.
Good
Real
job.
talk. Real talk. Mhm.
Well done, sis. Come on.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
guys.
Mhm.
Better yourself.
Yes,
Yeah, man,
man.
guys. John, we can go live today, though.
Yeah, man. We now
Yeah,
let's go
man.
live.
Yeah, we can go live today. Yeah, man. So, guys, don't forget to subscribe to John Wick Live. John Wick Live go 4 o'clock every single day. So make sure so we are subscribed to John Wick
For
channel. 4 channel, guys. Make sure we are subscribed to J Empress channel, guys. For just of you
what's
guys who
today?
are just joining in, make sure so we are running pande pande the playback. Yo
Yeah.
Assad, yo Assad, Semels 100%. Big up yourself, yo Assad, big up yourself. Um Marlon what's that Hillier? Hillier, if I said that right. Why me as a chop up people name, guys. Forgive me for that. This life I've seen ya.
Yeah, it's right
Yeah, big up
here. Yeah.
yourself, Marlon. Big up yourself. Thank you for joining today. Clean and
No, no,
fresh.
no.
You see, catch it pan the playback. For niche, what's that? Nishka?
Yeah, man. I'm a sister.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, Nishka. The White Taylor. Big up yourself, guys. Island Girl Ruby. Big up on yourself, guys. More for me, know. So me appreciate all I wanna crooks, And when
Amen.
Masicka say one side, Masicka never did just say one side for just one side, literally, we're similar more than you could ever
That's
know,
it.
guys.
That's it. Mills,
Very similar,
let me ask you a question. When you go and get the thing there for your channel, so I can super chat the thing.
So right now,
Hold
Ken
on, hold
Roy,
on, hold on.
me they are 456 subscribers. Like me, I
So
look on the subscribing thing, and it look like
how
as in
much,
like
how much it take
Yeah,
for much?
me need 500, man. Me need
Oh,
500. Some of the
so
pump
yeah,
you,
way there.
so you
No
get
get,
need
right.
mm,
Me tell you what you do right now. Take a link and send it to every blood clot number on your phone. Tell them to subscribe to your channel.
sit there.
If I have a 10 out of you again,
Right. Well, me
I'll say go.
subscribe to the
Yo,
TV and to my phone, two likes me always put up on me forward car. Now my TV is separate from my phone, so yeah.
yeah, man.
yeah,
That's our mission right now. We forget the
Right.
channel, monetize and run it, cause
Okay, and
that
that.
that
All
them a
right.
them a reason, yeah.
Nothing,
You know, we
nothing.
have we have to support it. You see it.
All right. Nice.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, man. So you tell a friend, we tell a friend, and who no subscribe, same way you see it.
yeah.
All
And
right.
in the
Because
meantime, guys, we have my Zelle is active enough for who have access to Zelle, The Zelle is
you
on the
don't back front.
screen. Yeah, the on the screen if you don't want to
Let me see.
support, the live
Oh
and
yeah,
support the
you
conversation
can.
there.
Yeah,
In the meantime until the monetization thing, up and running.
that is it.
Guys, slow,
Yeah.
slow and steady always win it all the time. And I know
Yeah,
my
mean,
thing go.
man.
Me no want rush. Me no want rush and buck me to and fall over and drop. You understand when I say slow and steady?
With there,
Um,
man.
Yeah,
You will never drop with there.
yeah,
and the,
man.
and the contribution no matter is small,
Yeah,
just
guys see
just
the
support
on the
the
screen.
movement.
I see I think Miss Worsen, it's not Mills. Me put it up a while ago. Me know if wanna see it now. Me know if wanna see it. Pop up on the screen.
Not okay, okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Fair,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, man. But the
Well,
road to 500, you get what I'm saying. But We're out here
Okay.
on the road and we're out here risking and we're out here supporting the
That
artists and
go
everything, man.
campaign, man. Hello?
Yeah, man.
Major
Big up
campaign.
the one side family. Big up to Father Crooks, man. Father Crooks now laughing at the road with the people, them, man. And big up to the people them we always just there support the thing, you understand. Me not always the live, cause again there's a lot happening in my life right now, and I have new things and new ideas to come, so you guys can stay tuned
All right.
towards that to make the thing up and running and make the thing kind of flow in a certain type of way. But me there, man. Whether me in the bushes or me a watch her, but me there about just know say, if not in the physical or on the panel there, me there in the spiritual. You get
That's
what me
it.
I say with you guys,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
out there just keep on support the thing. And if for 5 hours over here, guys, no matter what time throughout the day, we lock in, come understand, say me still new to the thing, and you
Yeah,
understand, you have to start from somewhere. Me no want to run before me crawl.
Right,
So
right.
that
me
is it.
appreciate the failures, the obstacles, and the lessons them in the road, cause of them things they build with. Cause me sure enough for
That
all
is
of them
it.
channel, them big
You
channel that we out
still
there, we
make it,
have
man.
them
Eh,
You
obstacles
Mel,
still
and thing.
you still make it because
you're
remember,
not
you
put
know,
the part.
walk. Remember, walking is a control fall.
Yeah.
Walking is
Remember, sir,
control fall. So
remember, sir, Fern, your last name, you know.
Yeah, man, but
So you
warrior
don't know.
bloodline, man. I think a joke thing a
Mm.
warrior bloodline, man. I tell you.
I
Tell
nice.
mean,
me
me
say
have
me
a strong
can't do it
meaning
and
too.
tell me say me can't do it and we show you a million times say me can't. That's
Yeah,
what me
yeah,
saying, man.
yeah.
Warrior bloodline,
Eh,
Mm,
well,
never give up.
eh, if
mm,
it make you survive, just try fight you.
Yeah, man. I true I said go for true,
mm.
man.
I
I
see
might,
Man, I
it.
I
said
might in that, man. That is it.
Libra. Yeah. Yeah,
Bless
man,
up on
Libra.
yourself, man.
Yeah, man. Big up on yourself, guys, and thanks for coming out for the reasoning
Okay.
today. Big up on yourself. And we'll talk to each and every one of you guys, on another live. You're big up on yourself, guys, and
Yes,
and and,
Mel.
and
Big up.
stay good on the Saturday.
All right. Big up. Big up.
All
All
right,
right.
guys.
Ah, cool.